two soldiers that serve a king of a tower. A man with an essence of a warrior. A man with the nature of an animal. Who will end up victorious?
Hey guys, Tower Climber here, and today I'm bringing you another discussion video about a versus battle of Tower of God. And this one is one that I'm excited for because it is between two characters that are my personal actually favorite characters, and those are the two squadron commanders in Jahad's army, Kallavan, the human hunter, and Yasratcha, the feline king. Overall, these characters are both very powerful, both easily top like 100, top something like that, top 100 people that we have seen in the tower. So I'm very excited to bring you this video and hope that you find out something new that you might not have known. With that being said, let's start the analysis. I'm going to start off this analysis by bringing up Calavan, since he's the first squadron commander we have met in the series. First point about Calavan that I want to mention is that even when he was just a ranker, became a ranker shortly after. Jin Sung-ha, who was pretty young at this point, probably just came into Fug either around that area, right? He went to his village to go seek out the essence of bravery. And Kallavan was obviously there guarding it. He was the guardian of the essence of bravery. And from what has been stated, Jin Sung-ha was impressed with his abilities, even just newly started ranker. And we know the reason for this is that Kallavan's family tradition, basically, or like his village's tradition, was that the person who protects the essence of bravery has to be stronger than the last. So even if his father was a ranker, let's say if his father or whatever was a ranker, then Kallavan had to he became a ranker, went to go fight his father and killed his father and was stronger than his father. So at this point, even without the essence of bravery and without his thousands of years of training, Kallavan was still probably above ranker level. I would not say high ranker because Jin Sung made a statement later that I will bring up right now. But he's probably around, I would say, like advanced ranker level, since he's able to be consistently above people. Like, he's the strongest one of his family, right? He's the strongest one of his family line that have been rankers in the past. So I would say that, and he also took a beating from Jin Sung-ha, who we don't know what rank or around rank he was, but we know that he did. This was after he slaughtered the branch family of the Ha family, which is an impressive feat, slaughtering a whole branch. So obviously very impressive that Kallavan did not instantly die when facing Jin Sung-ha. Then after Jin Sung-ha talked to him, Kallavan was like, oh yeah, this tradition that we have is pretty ridiculous and stupid, so I'm going to break the essence of bravery and take it for myself. Once he attained the essence of bravery, it was stated by Jin Sung-ha again that his mind and body became so sharply tuned that it gave him chills, and he thought that Kallavan was already strong enough to become a high ranker, which is an insane boost, right? It's an insane boost of power, but also being able to give Jin Sung chills is also a very impressive feat, because again, this is the Jin Sung-ha that destroyed a whole branch of the Ha family. So, pretty impressive feat just from even before he started his training. Then, another feat that we know of is actually from Nyborg, that he said that Kallavan was chosen as a squadron commander just purely off his strength alone. No political reasoning was given for his promotion, which is pretty impressive. Basically, squadron commanders, to give a base level, squadron commanders are basically the highest level commanders of Jahad's army below Adori. Adori Jahad is the commander-in-chief over the whole entire army, and squadron commanders are like the commanders of a whole squadron, a whole platoon of Jahad's army. So below, they're basic in the hierarchy of the tower. They're like right second below. So they're obviously all super strong. And it was stated that there was no political reason that Calavan became a squadron commander. It was just pure strength alone. Overall, that is super impressive. And now, after his training, after his thousands of years of training that he set on and fought many people like Alpathion, like Dorian Frog, and like beat them all, and they joined his forces, he became the squadron commander, and he was able to fight on the same level of a Jinsang Ha that was actually stronger. Many people don't know this, but Jinsang Ha has stated that as rankers get older, they don't get weaker or like older. Their bodies actually get stronger because they probably lived in Shinsu so much longer, and all that stuff. He has stated this. I'll show the picture up. So Jinsang Han at this point in time is stronger, and so is Calavan, obviously, and they were basically fighting evenly. Jinsang Han was a little more skilled, getting out to move, but they were pretty even, right? And base to base, they were pretty even. And after Kallavan popped out the essence of bravery, a lot of people like to say that it was still an even fight. It was not an even fight. Jinsang Ha got destroyed, his arms ripped off, and basically crippled. We still know that he still has permanent damage, even after like 2 years basically of recovery, or at least treatment or something like that. He still, his arms still don't work as 100% as they used to because of his fight with Calavan, and that's pretty insane. And obviously Jinsang Ha has his strongest attack, is the floor butterfly piercing technique, Dragon Tiger Gate. Basically, and this was strong enough to put a donut in Calavan because it was able to disrupt his Shinsu and just blow a hole in him. But even then, he was able to survive Jinsang Ha blowing a hole in him, and still was, after that, blow off his arms, basically, and cripple him. So that's super impressive. Kallavan is definitely one of the strongest and most durable people in the tower that we have seen. So, yeah, he's also been stated by Kallavan to be a warrior as mighty as an entire army corps, which was the same kind of description that Evankel gave herself, where she was describing the top 300 rankers, where she said basically, I think I'm paraphrasing obviously, but she said it's like, it wasn't stupid of me to attack a squadron, it was foolish of you to attack me with a leaderless squadron. So that implies that she is a powerful ranker that is able to attack an entire squadron and not be afraid of that, just the same as Kallavan. Doan stated that she could not beat him even with all the help that she had, although Cha and her are both still able to intercept his attacks, so they're not like super like irrelevant compared to him, but they're below his level. It has been stated he is able to fight full power white after he got his own all his souls and everything, like full power, and he lost an arm only because he blew it off so he wouldn't take any more damage, and because he's already been fighting for a long time versus Bomb and Karaka, two extremely high ranker level opponents, and winning against both of them, surely. And he, so after all that attack, after all of that power, he blew up his hand and was able to actually create another hand with his Shinsu, explosion Shinsu, and still keep fighting. And even after this, it's stated by White that Kallavan was fighting defensively most of the time after this, because he wanted to kill Bomb from teleporting the needle. And yeah, that is overall a very impressive feat. And the last point I want to mention is two things, actually. SAU has stated that in one-on-one combat, Kallavan may have an advantage over Yasratcha. I will explain why he probably said this later on in the video. And when he fought Laborik, actually the essence of bravery was able to contact and with Laborik's electricity Shinsu and like become a conductor for it and make Kallavan even stronger, to the point where he kind of just embarrassed Laborik. right? To like Bork was just not confident in fighting him anymore. It was like, I'm not. Look, you don't want to betray Jahad. So overall, still very impressive. I will not actually be taking, by the way, I'll not be taking that version of Kallavan, the powered up version, into account when I'm talking about, because we don't know if he still kept that power up or if it was just a conductive result of the electricity. So we don't know that until we see Calavan again. I will not be using that version. I'll be using the version that fought Jin Sung Ha, a full power, basically no amped Calavan. So that is Calavan. He has explosion Shinsu, like all the bomber techniques. He can heal, like after White cut him a little bit, he was able to activate the Essence of Bravery and it healed his arm, and he can create body parts out of Shinsu. Pretty impressive. Now, going on to the second Squadron Commander we have met in the series, Yasratcha, another super impressive character that I'm going to say that is shown to be above Yama for most of the story. Yama is a character that has become a lot stronger, and it has definitely surpassed Yasratcha at this point in the story. But Yasratcha, at least for most of the story, has been confidently above Yama. And this is the same Yama that fought Doom when he was in the past, when he was a top 200 ranker. And it was stated by Doom himself that Yama just got stronger and stronger, right? So, like, at this point, he's definitely above 200, top 200 in base, by the way, because Yama's matching Doom, the top 200 ranker, in base, not in his complete transformation. In complete transformation in the past, he beat Doom and ripped out his heart. So we know that in base he's above top 200, and in transformation state he would have been even higher. And Yasratcha in base with some transformation has been able to match and just eclipse Yama's complete transformation from what we have seen in both. Like three in their fights. The thing that I'm going to mention is that Yasratcha's speed is really good. He has a very impressive speed that was able to outpace Yama the entire time during their second fight. And he's kind of able to use a little bit of the Yasratcha little transformation where he's just speeding off. Maybe he can make himself lighter. We don't know about that. Although we do know that if he does make himself lighter and attacks at the same time, he should be weaker because that's how Yasratcha was. But overall, a speed boost for terms of being a little weaker is fine because he's probably just going to turn off that speed and just slash someone. Then he was able to cut Yama's skin with just regular attacks, basically just a normal slash from him. He was able to rip out Yama, and he was bleeding pretty heavily. So that's just an impressive feat. He is an anima from the Lopabia family. This won't really be playing into a factor because we don't know. We know he's a skilled anima, but we don't know if he has any other animals or Shinwei that he uses other than his cat, large cat, and that cat isn't doing anything to Calavan because in base, Yasratcha killed it so easily. So it's not really doing anything to Calavan in this fight. But it's a point to bring up. He is able to control Shinwei. He's also able to take punches from a stronger Yama and basically just still call his punches weak and still be more outskilling Yama at this point. He's a very proficient martial artist where we have seen him do like stances and stuff, and just overall always be above Yama in hand to hand. I'm not saying that that's more impressive than Kallavan, because Kallavan we know Jin Sung Ha is a martial artist and like a super skilled one. We've seen multiple of his fights against Dumas and against Perdity, and we have seen his martial arts skills. And Yama, he is more of a brute. He has some skills. I'm not saying he doesn't, but he's more of just like a brawler, a puncher, not a really martial artist. So it's more impressive that Kallavan was able to go up against Jin Sung Ha than it is for Yasratcha to outskill Yama, because I think Kallavan will be able to do the same thing. So overall, I think Kallavan's right here, Jin Sung's right here, Yasratcha's like right here in terms of martial skills. So that's still pretty impressive. They still be able to like have a little fight that look pretty cool. Yasratcha has beastification, which is able to amp himself to make himself faster, like I said, or stronger to basically cancel out Yama's strongest attacks, like it was almost nothing, and he's able to perform complete transformation without any pain or like bad stuff happening to his body. He's able to use complete transformation. And while not as durable as Calavan, he does have a hacks that could very well turn this fight around, and that is his 9 lives, and that is basically his core that he has in complete transformation form and in base, because we know that he doesn't have a heart. His heart is a core that he got after researching the hybrider, and this heart basically it's 9 lives. He can basically, you have to destroy his core multiple times for him to, or else he will not die. He will just reform himself. Like it is possible to damage his core is big enough to take away multiple lives, like Traumarai was able to do when he took multiple lives out of the core, basically cutting it down to half. And so we know that it's possible, but Traumarai is well above Kallavan. So I'm mostly probably going to say that Calavan, if he kills Yasratcha, he probably at most only taking 2 lives in like a very powerful attack. He's not really taking like half of his core away, right? So that's what I wanted to bring up. In complete transformation, he was able to fight Traumarai's animals like Cobalt, right? He was able to have a Shinsu battle with Cobalt. Cobalt is a very impressive animal, probably his weakest animal that we have seen from Traumarai so far. That is able to, but it's still very impressive. It's able to teleport Yasratcha and Bomb and all these other people all over the place, and it's really powerful. He was able to overpower it in Shinsu battles, and he was able to evade. He was fast enough to evade the Fandor Harp that was able to easily kill an Ancient. He was actually able to grab the Fandor Harp and push it to the side at one point. He was able to beat an Ancient, although this Ancient has been stated to not be at full power because Nen was not really a strong host for it. So basically, that's what I wanted to say. He's also able to use external transformation, which I think will be a big factor in this fight, actually. External transformation is basically where we've seen it with Doom, Yama, and Yasratcha, where they're able to transform a part of their body outside of themselves and use it. He was able to block Albankel's flames this way, and he was also able to use it against Yama's own external transformation to cancel it out. So overall, he's able to fight from mid, long, and close range. He's a very tactical fighter and very versatile, definitely more versatile fighter than Kallavan. Okay, so in conclusion, I believe that in a fight between these two ultra powerful high rankers, Kallavan has the strength and durability advantage just from his showings that he has presented to us, and Yasratcha has the speed and Shinsu control advantage. Basically because he can fight from many ranges, and because unlike Kallavan, his power are more like explosions, are more wild, they're not more precise. We know that Yasratcha has more precision, and he's able to, from his showings, he was able to combat Cobalt in a Shinsu battle. So I think that's a little bit more impressive than what Kallavan has shown in Shinsu manipulation. In variety, at least. Yasratcha has faced off against a more powerful foe than Kallavan has. But he obviously did state that it would, even with 1,000,000 of himself and Yama, they could do nothing to Traumarai. Traumarai could have ended all of them super easily with just one Shinsu Black Hole Spear. Everyone basically would have been done. And we actually saw that in the series. He brought a Shinsu Black Hole Spear, and everyone was like, whoa, I can't do anything about that, right? He said he was going to wipe out the entire nest, everyone in the nest. So, yeah, he's not anywhere near Traumarai's level, obviously, but he still was able to fight a more impressive foe, so his feats are a little bit more impressive. Kallavan is most likely, like I said before, a better hand-to-hand fighter, since he was able to match in song, and I'm guessing the essence of bravery, we don't know this for sure, but I'm guessing he amps his knowledge, because we know that when he looked at the essence of bravery, he was able to look at all the past wars, or a past war of the tower, and all like this this man, shadowy figure that was cloaked in darkness, that was killing everyone, right? And staining the land with blood. So overall, I think that the Essence of Bravery would be able to amplify his martial arts ability, although that is not confirmed. So if you don't want to take that into account, then don't. Be still in base would be better than Yasratcha in martial arts skills. And so after taking that into account, this fight will most likely start as I see this fight starting very much as a long range battle. I do not think this fight will be start and hand to hand, because I think I know Yasratcha is not stupid. I think Yasratcha knows that he's physically at a disadvantage versus Kallavan, right? And so he's going to take the fight at a distance, and because of that, with his external transformation and being able to extend the fight from a range, both of them will start at base. And I think Calavan will start doing his bomber attacks and all that stuff, and see that Yasratcha is doing this tactic, keeping him away from him. And Yasratcha will be like, oh, okay, I need to get him away. And I think he would be able to, because we have seen him, his external transformation block Evankel's flames. And Evankel's flames was able to block the explosions of a weakened Calavan. It was weakened Calavan, but Calavan... weakened was using the Essence of Bravery, and I would feel like weakened Essence of Bravery Calavan and base Calavan are probably like healed Calavan are probably around here, maybe like this, right? They're I think that's comparable because of the big boost the Essence of Bravery gives him. So overall, I think that the external transformation would be able to block the attacks of the explosions coming his way, and make this fight a little more distance. Kallavan at some point would try his best to put out more power in one attack, blow the external transformation away, and in a flash go up to Yasratcha, start fighting him hand to hand, and Yasratcha would start getting pressed. He would be able to contend with him for a little bit, but then get pressed and start losing. In that point, Yasratcha would start using more of his Shinsu attacks, his slashes going at Kallavan. Kallavan would probably block it, and he will again use his external transformation to create distance between both of them, right? They will both scatter back, and both of them will start thinking about the fighter and being like, this fight will go on forever if we do not take this seriously. Calavan can't beat him from a range, and Yasratcha is not doing enough damage to Calavan to do anything to him. So at this point, both fighters will realize this, and in one epic show of power, both of them will start getting serious, and both of them at the same time will activate their strongest transformation in a huge explosion of blue and purple, become their strongest forms. Yasratcha with his complete transformation, and Kallavan with his Essence of Bravery. At this point, I believe that in a full-on fight, it will be very high diff, right? I think even extreme difficulty fight for both of them. But at the end of the day, both of these characters fighting, clashing with explosions and everything else in their side, I believe that Kallavan would win. With extreme diff, probably a 6 out of 10 advantage, right? So out of 6 out of 10 times, Kallavan would win. It's very small, right? And I think the fact that he wins is because he will need to kill Yasratcha around 9 or so times, right? And he's slower, so I don't see. It's gonna take a long time for this fight to conclude. But I just don't see how Yasratcha can deal life-threatening damage to Kallavan if Jin Song's strongest attack, which by the way, it's not just his strongest attacks, it's also a flare wave explosion, a piercing technique. Basically, it disrupted the Shinsu surrounding Kallavan to be able to break down his defenses and then strike him. So it's a very powerful attack, and it's also very like a hacks attack, right? That was able to pierce through Kallavan's defenses. So although we have seen Kallavan be damaged by other attacks, obviously of the same people in his level, right? So obviously that being Yasratcha would be able to scratch, damage, probably stick a few holes in Calavan, but that's not stopping Calavan. Are you kidding me? Calavan is like the tank of tanks in this tower. From what we have seen, he even in his bloodied, weakened state with a donut through him, he went up against, he charged in between Evankel, Karaka, and Yuri all together, even still, and almost still killed Bomb. Right, he is incredibly durable and tenacious. Right, it's just I don't believe that anything that Yasratcha could do to Kallavan could actually end up killing him at the end of the day. Right? So I just believe that, and even if he did take off an arm or something, Kallavan can regrow his arm with Shinsu and all that stuff. It will probably weaken him, obviously, but he still has been able to do that, to replace a missing body part with Shinsu. So even then, it will just be a fight that will last forever. I compare this fight a lot to, like, for those who have seen One Piece, this fight would remind me a lot of, like, Aokiji versus Akainu, where they just fought for 10 days straight and the island just became like half magma, half ice. Like, this fight will take around like that long in Tower of God time, right? It will take forever because both of these characters are so durable in their hacks and their abilities. So overall, I just don't think the human hunter will be able to be taken down by the feline king. Overall, that is what I think, and that is just my opinion. If you guys have a differing opinion or want to say something about it, comment it down in the comments below. And yeah, we'll talk about it peacefully, debating about it, and we'll see. If you guys have any good points that I missed out on, tell me about it, and I'll be sure to hear them. I hope you guys liked this video, and if you did, give a like, and maybe think about subscribing to the channel. It would help a lot, and hope you guys have a wonderful day. And remember, when there is info, I will always do my best to bring it to you, and when the info is not clearly spelled out for you, I will do my best to explain it in my own terms. Hope you guys have a wonderful day. Bye.